Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination to the Supreme Court of the United States is historic.
A confirmation would make her the first black woman to sit on the high court. CBS 8's Amalia Kuipers tells us more about Brown Jackson and some of the women who came before her that you may not know.
I spoke with a local law school professor about the historic nomination and about the obstacles women have had to overcome to sit on the Supreme Court.
For too long, our government, our courts, haven't looked like America.
On Friday, President Biden nominated Ketanji Brown Jackson to the United States Supreme Court. She's an appellate court judge, a former public defender, and was an editor of the Harvard Law Review.
And if I am fortunate enough to be confirmed as the next Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, I can only hope that my life and career, my love of this country and the Constitution, and my commitment to upholding the rule of law and the sacred principles upon which this great nation was founded will inspire future generations of Americans.
Hannah Brenner Johnson is a professor of law at California Western School of Law in San Diego. She co-wrote a book entitled Shortlisted: Women in the Shadows of the Supreme Court. It chronicles the lives of 9 women who have been shortlisted or considered for the Supreme Court since the 1930s.
But there was, as you know, one woman of color, a judge who is still alive today, Amalia Kuipers. She currently sits on the Second Circuit Court of Appeals in senior status. She was considered actually by presidents crossing political lines and partisan lines.
Brenner Johnson says the book also addresses the challenges that women face, especially women of color, as they make strides to reach the highest U.S. court.
They're scrutinized based on things that have nothing to do with their qualifications. They encounter incredible implicit bias. We all have bias, right? We all bring that to the table. But women of color in particular are judged, even more critically than white men.
Today, 3 of the 9 people sitting on the U.S. Supreme Court are women. If confirmed, Brown Jackson will replace Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer. Brenner Johnson says the Senate will thoroughly review her record before the confirmation hearing. Brown Jackson is scheduled to meet with senators next week.